Welcome to the Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm Mary Meckley, and I'm so honored to have you here, spending 15 minutes meditating together. This may be the best 15 minutes you spend all day, because when you meditate, you connect to the best part of yourself. That's the part that often gets lost in the day-to-day shuffle of stress and overwhelm. So you're pulling out of living on other people's agendas for a while, and you're focusing on yourself, the best part of yourself. So every week at the Daily Meditation Podcast, we focus on a theme, and this week we explore releasing fear and anxiety. Every meditation this week will offer different meditation techniques to help you manage fear. So every day I share a different technique. On Monday, I always share an affirmation. On Tuesday, you discover a breathing technique. And on Wednesday, you get to explore a mudra to help you with the theme. And on Thursday, you get to know a little bit more about your chakras. Friday is the day where we pull together all the different meditation techniques that we've been exploring together. And we pull them together and use them in a meditation that's powerful. And at the same time, I share with you an herb that can help support you as you focus on these different qualities about yourself. So this week, you'll discover an herb to help you manage stress and fear and anxiety. And on Saturday, I always leave you with a walking meditation. And this week's walking meditation is very special because I share with you a powerful technique that the Dalai Lama uses to move past fear and anxiety. Well, let's begin with today, where I'm going to be guiding you through a formula called a fear formula. It's an actual formula to help you overcome fear. And this is by Dr. Pamela D. Garcy, and you can head over to www.sipandom.com to read more about Dr. Garcy and her fear formula. I've written all the different steps down so you can go back and use this again and again after the meditation. So after we do it together, it's a pretty simple formula, but you may forget parts of it and want to review it. So if you head over to episodes 29 through 35, you will see the fear formula right there for you. So Dr. Garcy has broken down her fear method using a mnemonic device. So a mnemonic device is simply a useful way to help remember something that might involve different steps where you have to memorize something. So she has broken down the word fear into different steps. So I'm going to guide you through what the different steps mean. The first step begins with F, focus. And Dr. Garcy says that rather than focusing upon the fear, which is a future focus, focusing on the present can help you relax. And you'll recognize that a lot of the skills that she mentions in her fear formula are what we do every single day that we meditate together. Practices such as body scanning, mindful movement, sitting meditation, and breathing help you reduce anxiety and become more present focused. So you are in the right place because that's what you're doing right now. The second part of Dr. Garcy's fear formula is expose. So it begins with the letter E. Expose your fear instead of escape it. Dr. Garcy says that one of the hallmarks of anxiety is the tendency to avoid the discomfort that your anxiety causes. So, for example, I have a friend who has a great fear of public speaking, and he's a brilliant man, but he fears getting up in public and speaking. And he'd like to share a lot of his knowledge with other people, but this has held him back his whole life. So he decided to expose that fear and bring it to the present moment, and think about what he could do, what small steps he could do to move past it. So he noticed that at his work, there's a Toastmasters club. And despite his anxiety and fear, he joined the Toastmasters club. If you're not familiar with Toastmasters, it's a speaking club where you learn to polish your speaking skills. So he has been a member of that club for about a year now, and it's done wonders for his self-image because he's finally able to share his message. He's still afraid when he gets up and speaks to people, but it's become easier because he's developed tools to help himself so that he can fall back on techniques to help him overcome his anxiety of public speaking so he doesn't stay stuck. You can do the same thing. And that's the third part of Dr. Garcy's fear formula is approach. So think of what you're afraid of, what causes you anxiety, and break it down into small tasks. Researchers have shown that when you mentally imagine taking steps to complete a goal, this helps reduce your anxiety. So for example, let's say that you're afraid to be truly who you are around people that you see every day. And this may be because you feel a little bit like a fish out of water and you're afraid of rejection. Well, if you think about small ways that you can still express yourself so that part of you isn't suppressed. If you think of ways that you might be able to just privately express more of who you are, maybe you could write in your meditation journal and start journaling about your thoughts and your intentions. Or maybe you could share with one close person all the different things that you think about and the things that you wish you could express to others. Or maybe you could go out and find a group of people who are more supportive of the kind of person that you are. So think of a way to break down your fear or anxiety into small steps to overcome it so that you can still be comfortable with who you are. The fourth part of our fear formula is rehearse. So it starts with an R. So now she's spelled the entire word fear. Rehearse involves practicing whatever you want to accomplish over and over again, just as top athletes, famous speakers, musicians, singers, dancers, and any kind of performer, even scientists or great teachers, they practice frequently. And this is so important when you're trying to master something and have it become a part of you. You know, when I first started doing these guided meditations, I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, how I was going to do a meditation every day and still keep you interested where you're learning new techniques. And I was afraid, and I thought about myself when I first learned to meditate, and I thought of the richness of meditation that people miss. Most people think meditation is sitting down, zoning out, and then their mind becomes distracted, and then they become fidgety, and then they give it up because they think that that's what it was all about. Well, I've explored the richness and all the many dynamic dimensions of meditation, and that's the part that I personally love sharing. So I thought, you know, if I could just break it down into steps, where every Monday I share an affirmation, Tuesday is a breathing technique, Wednesday is a mudra, etc. If I could break it down each day of the week for you, then hopefully you could start incorporating those same techniques into your meditation ritual and bring those techniques into your life so you create a complete meditation lifestyle. So that's one way that I was able to use Dr. Garcy's fear formula. So now I'm going to guide you through the fear formula in today's meditation. So sit up straight, relax your whole body. Close your eyes gently. Lift them up to uplift your thoughts. Relax your shoulders. Your spine is straight. Relax your stomach and start breathing deeply, still honoring exactly how you're feeling in this moment. Focus on the here and now. This moment you'll never have again. Make it a wonderful time. Scan your body. Notice any discomfort and notice where you feel peace. And now expose. What causes you anxiety? What are you afraid of? Choose one thing. We'll move on to approach. Face your fear by thinking of one thing you could do today to feel more at ease with your fear. Just one small step. And after the meditation, write this down in your meditation journal. You can receive a free meditation journal at sipandom.com. When you sign up for the meditation bundle, there's a meditation journal waiting for you there. So think of one thing you could do today to feel more at ease with your fear. And now rehearse it. Visualize yourself successfully feeling confident and secure and having overcome your fear. Top athletes do this. Famous musicians, top scientists practice their art day in and day out. So think of ways that you can continuously keep moving past your fear. Practicing will lead you to mastery. Everyone has to start somewhere to move forward. Start somewhere so that you're not stuck. You don't want to go years being stuck with the same fears. You want to move on and release them. So for example, if you're afraid to leave maybe a negative relationship, you might think of ways to surround yourself with more positive people who make you stronger and counterbalance your negative relationships. That's just one example. You can use this fear formula when you want to overcome fear and anxiety. It might become a meditation you do again and again until you become fully committed to overcoming your fear. Practicing leads to commitment. As you start to notice results and become more committed to yourself, you can find all the techniques we're going to use in this week's meditation at sipandom.com. There's a weekly slowdown guide waiting for you. Just head over to episodes 29 through 35 and you'll see the slowdown guide. And I'd love it if you would subscribe to receive the Daily Meditation Podcast. That way you can keep consistent with your meditations, because consistency is the key to noticing results, and you will notice results in as little as 15 minutes a day. After 2 weeks, science has shown that it only takes 15 minutes a day consistently for 2 weeks to start noticing that you respond differently to stress and anxiety. I've so enjoyed sharing this meditation with you. I look forward to tomorrow's affirmation meditation. Keep meditating. I'll keep the music playing until the end so you can continue meditating on your own. And as always, remember, you are so worth slowing down for.